welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you happen to be new here, my name is Marissa Yvonne. My channel is all about being the intersection between faith and fashion. So we're gonna serve the Lord, but baby, we're gonna serve a look as well. And before we go any further, we want to give today's shout out to Kendra McGregory. Thank you so much for watching my videos and commenting. It is greatly appreciated. If you want to shout out any future videos, please comment down below. Let me know that you're joining the Lovebug tribe. Give me feedback on any of my videos and you can get a shout out in a future video. So moving forward, in today's video, we are discussing how to wear color for beginners. I talked about this on my channel a few times where I would say how as a kid, I wore lots of color, tons of color. And then somewhere in that transition from childhood to adulthood, I just stopped wearing color. I just gravitated towards black and just never really dabbled in much of anything. And so I'm really in a place where I am moving to be more intentional about incorporating more color into my wardrobe. What we'll talk about today are the tips that I've actually been implementing into my life to make sure that I'm incorporating more color. So if that's your vibe, go ahead, grab you a snacky snack, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. So to start the conversation off, I do believe I should start with like the bonus tip, if you will, and that is analyze your color season. If you've been on social media, you've probably seen those color analysis where they have like the drapes of different colors sitting across someone to see which color kind of complements them better. That is something to consider. You may not necessarily be in a place where you can financially afford, I don't know what that kind of service costs, but you may not be in a place where you can afford it, or it may not be in your area, or just may not be the most feasible for whatever the case may be. And you can really just look at and do analysis tests online to kind of find out what your color season is. What the color season really just is, if you've never even heard of it, is pretty much just an analysis where they find color palettes that work best for your skin tone by looking at your eye color, your hair color, and your skin color, and primarily those undertones as well, especially in your skin, to kind of figure out what colors are going to look best on you. I feel like finding out what your color season is can be very beneficial when you don't know where to start in the area of finding color that works for you and that is going to actually complement you and still leaving you feel confident, especially if you are a neutral individual, someone that loves very neutral colors, and you're trying to really expand into color. Being able to identify those colors that are going to still make you feel very confident and comfortable are going to be key. So getting into the actual tips for how to wear color for beginners, we're going to start at level 1, and that is by implementing pops of color. So that can be in your shoes, in your bag, in your jewelry, in your brooches and pins, hair accessories, in your makeup. It can also be incorporated in belts and scarves and hats. Like any means of accessories can be your way to implement color. And I know that is deemed as basic beyond basic, but that can be the most beginner friendly way to implement color in your wardrobe. And you can really find ways that still make you comfortable, but still add that little pop of color and that little razzle dazzle. And even when thinking about, it doesn't even have to be like, I'm gonna use shoes for example. It doesn't necessarily have to be the entire shoe is colorful. You can do something like change out the laces in your sneakers to add a pop of color. You can add shoe clips, you can add pins and brooches to add just a little pop of color, right? So little things like that to consider in your accessories, right? finding ways to just implement just a little bit of color, and you can keep the rest of the base very neutral. But that is such a beginner friendly way to do it. So for level 2 is to pair your color with a neutral, right? So instead of it fully just being this in your face, just all this color, start small. And so maybe you wear a top that has a pop of color and pair it with a very neutral bottom, or flip it, wear a bottom that is a pop of color and wear a top that's very neutral, right? Or let it be in your outerwear, right? Or like, so wear a very neutral base and then add an additional layer like a jacket, a blazer, a coat, a vest that may be a pop of color, right? Those small little ways to kind of just implement pops of color, but still not feel like, oh, I'm completely overwhelmed because I need to come up with this extremely colorful outfit. That may never be you. However, you have to find what level is going to work for you. And just ride there, just stay there. Like, don't feel like you have to do everything, or you got to be a monochromatic king or queen, you got to be a color blocking king or queen. That is not everyone's grace place, and I know for a fact that is not my grace place. I'm learning to love color and to reach for color more naturally, but I know that that may not ever be where I live, and I'm okay with that. For level 3 is find a piece that will be the focal point that has multiple colors, and then pull from there, right? So that can be a top, that can be a bottom, that can once again be outerwear or an additional layer. But find a piece that can even be a shoe or a bag, right? Or a hat, something that has multiple colors, and then you kind of pull from there. So you can keep it very neutral, because more than likely there is a color in there that might be more neutral. So it might have a white, a cream, a black, a brown, a navy, right? You might be able to find something that's more neutral, and you can base it around that. Things to consider when getting dressed and trying to navigate implementing more color into your wardrobe and your day-to-day outfits, not just in your wardrobe, because you don't want things sitting in your closet that you're never actually pulling for, but things that you are actually wearing for your real life, styling and feeling comfortable and confident, like feeling the very best version of yourself in that. I don't want you pushing yourself to dabble into color and it completely constantly makes you feel uncomfortable. Like, find where level you are at, if any, right? Like, and it's okay. There's nothing wrong with wearing all neutrals, or there's nothing wrong with wearing black or one color. There's nothing wrong with it. And I don't want that narrative to be in your mind that like, oh, I have to wear color. You don't have to. However, if you are interested in wearing color, then that's probably why you clicked on today's video. And so just some tips and tricks to kind of navigate that space. So then we move into level 4, and that is monochromatic outfits or piece combo that is in color. Now, the reason that I say a one-piece combo that's in color is because that is the most realistic way that I do color, right? Like, even if you look at my outfit today, I'm wearing an orange dress. That is the easiest way for me to do color, to do a piece that has already done the work for me, right? And then I can make the decision of how I want to style it and what I'm feeling for that day, right? So things to keep in mind, because when I think of monochromatic outfits, I think about how there are multiple aspects to this look that all fall within the same color. And that can be very daunting or heavy of a task for a lot of people. And if I'm being quite honest, it's a heavy task for me. Like a full monochromatic outfit, like to take a top and a bottom and maybe even shoes and all that, and they in a coat and maybe a vest or whatever, and they all in that same color family, that's a lot for me. I'm not even going to hold you. Like, I'm gonna keep it 100. Like, that's a lot for even me. And so the most realistic way for me to do that is to be in a one-piece combo. And if you might be like, Mercer, you keep saying one-piece combo, what does that even mean? If you've never seen any of my videos, what I mean when I say a one-piece combo is that one and done outfit that's already pretty much, the work is already done for you. Dresses, jumpsuits, rompers, work suits, things of that sort that already come together, and like your top and your bottom is already in one piece. It's already covered and you don't have to think too much about it, right? Those are those one-piece combos. And so for me, one of the quickest and easiest ways to implement color is going to be in a dress. And so you may not be in a place where you can realistically be a complete level 4 on the side of monochromatic, where you're gonna take a blue top, blue bottom, blue pair of shoes, blue coat, and create a whole outfit, right? Now, if that's something that you want to do, that typically what that looks like is finding different shades, if not the exact same shade of a color, and just making a look. Oftentimes, people do add a lot of like that range to find different shades and hues, right? To kind of mix together. I think one of the best things when it comes to monochromatic outfits to keep in mind is you can mix shades, but you may not want to mix tones, right? Because that may throw things off. That's just me speaking, right? So you can do like a pastel pink with a hot pink. Those are shades. But taking a more cooler brown and mixing it with a warmer brown, just as an example, may not mesh as well as you may think. And it might, who knows? I do believe from what I've seen, it's better to mix shades than tones. And so as long as the tonal family, kind of like they're all in the same tonal family, I think that it still kind of flows a lot more seamlessly. So I think that's just some things to keep in mind if you're looking to dabble into monochromatic outfits as ways to wear color. Level 5, this is for the experts. That's honestly how I see it. This is for the experts, and that is color blocking. The ability to put pieces together in different colors together and all those color combos. That is for the experts. I don't know what to tell you. The people that can do that so seamlessly, and that is a part of their brand. That is a part of their style. That is how they're going to show up. One of the first people that come to mind is Tanika B. Like, to me, she is definitely by far probably one of the most insane color blocking queens. And I think that honestly, when you see her, she is known for color and color combos and ways to mix them outfits together, and she is going to do it every single time. Like, the way that she just pairs stuff together is just so beautiful. Now, for me, primarily, the way that I implement color blocking is, once again, kind of doing like a mix of level 4 and level 1, right? So taking that one piece combo, like a dress, for prime example, and then pairing it with a colored accessory. So for example, like looking at today's outfit, I did a color combo that has not failed me yet, which is orange and brown. So taking this orange dress that you've seen on my channel a million times and pairing it with some brown sneakers and a brown bag. Now I have a few to choose from. And so that's just kind of what I did. And then accessorize and go about your business. So when it comes to color blocking, one, I think looking at your color seasons is going to be your best friend to already know what colors look good on you or are the most like effective or harmonious with like the way that you look, because finding the color season is very particular and individualized to you, right? So what goes with your hair color, your skin color, your eye color, what is going to be most suitable for you. And so looking at that, I do believe will be your best friend. But then also paying attention to color combos that catch your attention in every space. Like look for inspiration everywhere. Like you can find it on social media and things like TikTok and Instagram and YouTube and Pinterest, but also pay attention to maybe color combos that you have in your home, color combos that you see out in the community or in the store that really catch your eye. Like pay attention to those things to really see what works. And one of the things I'm always probably going to advocate is look for color combo generators, right? Like yes, you can search combos anywhere, TikTok, Pinterest, I've seen them like everywhere, right? However, look at color combo generators because I feel like they really do a really great job of, especially the one I've used in a different video, and I can link that video in the cards if you want to see an example of how I utilize that color combo generator to formulate some outfits and really drew inspiration from that color combo with pieces that I already have in my wardrobe that I never would have thought to pair together, right? And so I believe they give you color combo generators that I've seen, specifically the one that I used in that video was called Color Minds, and it provided a lot of different combos and ultimately just opened the door for so much inspiration. And so have fun. Be okay with playing dress up. I would encourage you, find time or when you have downtime, play in your wardrobe. Look at those color combos. Pay attention to what accessories you have. Pay attention to your color analysis and color season and seeing what colors are most suitable for you. Do you have that in your wardrobe? And if so, do you find yourself reaching for it or not reaching for it? Are there colors that you just do not like yourself in? Pay attention to those things that you feel that may wash you out. That is going to help you in really navigating your colorful journey. I hope that this video was helpful, especially if you are someone trying to implement more color into your wardrobe. I hope that you were able to take some inspiration from this video, and if there are any tips that you realize I didn't really mention or you wish I would have harped on more, please go ahead and sound off in the comments. We're a community, we're gonna do this thing together. Well, Lovebug, that is it for today. So I hope to see you back here next week for another video, but until then, remember that I love you, God loves you. So remember to always, and I do mean always, baby, love you too. Smooches, Lovebug.